pledge. Let's start our day. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mrs. Higgins, would you do a roll call, please?
Surely, Mayor Dietman.
Here.
President Percival.
Here.
Vice President Bull.
Here.
Councilman Capabianco.
Here.
Councilman Long.
Here.
Councilwoman Guy. Councilman Sidlow.
Here.
Mr. Vicente. Here. Mr. Wills.
Here.
Ms. Catania.
Here.
Chief Murray is not here. Okay, you do have a quorum.
Councilman Steiger.
Perry,
Perry's
you're here
here.
today. And you're here also. Oh, my God.
Everyone's here. Do we get Rob?
Yes.
She does. Yes, she does.
In and out.
Council's had an opportunity to look at the previous minutes. What's your pleasure, please?
Make a motion to pass last month's minutes. Second.
Any questions on the motion?
I don't think the microphone's
You have to turn your mic on. No questions on the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? So moved. Mrs. Higgins, do you have any correspondence?
I do. Excuse me, this is funds that came in through the month of July through this office. Licenses and inspections, $11,257.50. From the police department for parking tickets and reports, $30. From the police department for a new officer, $450. A lien, $482.22. Pendelco, half of the crossing guard fee for the last year, $7,724.15. The recorder of deeds, $6,512.10. A refund for an overpayment, $65.97. Court financial services, $284.07. The tax collector, Ed Fisher, $13,503.88. The tax claim bureau, $9,396.10. And district court, $62.39. For total income through this office for the month of July of $49,768.38. And that is all I have.
Thank you so much. Any questions? Mayor?
Thank you, Madam President. Start that timer yet.
I did not.
I have to give the police report first.
Okay.
The police reports were July 1st through July 31st. There were 5 crimes reported. 1 motor vehicle theft, 2 identity thefts, 1 criminal mischief, and 1 fraud. 219 calls for service. 10 suspicious persons, 8 medical emergencies, 48 assists other agencies, 4 disorderly groups, and 65 checks of the woodlot. There were 4 automobile accidents. It never ceases to amaze me. 16 traffic details, 17 motor vehicle stops, 8 traffic citations, and 10 warnings. And the chief has left a message. July was a very busy month for the PD, as police were tasked with extra patrols for the woodlot, as well as several ongoing traffic complaints through the borough. We do have the 2 items alone have created an additional 81 police incidents during July. All right, you can flip your little.
Go ahead.
25 July 2021, the Honorable Shirley Percival, President, Parkside Borough Council, Borough of Parkside. Dear President Percival, as they say, one door closes and another door opens. The door of my life serving the citizens of the Borough of Parkside is about to close. I find this to be bittersweet, since I have spent quite a few years in quite a few positions assisting the public during the time that I have spent in Parkside. Over the years, I have met numerous good people, including United States presidents, senators, and congressmen on both the federal and the state level. Of course, the true servants of the citizens are the numerous individuals who serve in local office. They do the best they can to make their communities a better place to live. They are motivated by a sense of duty, selflessness, and love for the boroughs and townships that they represent. To these elected officials, I hope for fair winds and following seas. I would like to offer special thanks to three of our Parkside Council family, Mr. Vicente, Lisa Catania, and John J. Wills, Esquire. Never in my tenure has any one of these three individuals ever told me they were too busy to answer my questions and provide me with advice. All three are consummate professionals who serve in an honorable way. Of course, I would really be amiss if I did not mention our iconic borough secretary, Linda Dean. I don't know if Linda kept track of the number of times while I was council president that I actually fired her, but I think it's 5. Linda, special thanks to you for everything you've done to help me in my years. Of course, what can I say about the Parkside Police Department? Over the past several years, the department has found itself being criticized by those who feel that the police are the enemy. These criticisms are unfounded, and it has been a pleasure to stand up for our officers. Each officer in our department, professional and well-trained, is on the street to protect the citizens and businesses here in the town, and they do so in a fair and even-handed manner. Of course, these departments are reflections of leadership, and Parkside has had the good fortune to have two of the most well-respected lawmen in Delaware County to lead the department, past Chief John Egan and present Chief Thomas Murray. I would ask that whomever becomes the mayor in 2022 has the wherewithal to defend the police, regardless from where the attack is leveled. If you don't have the courage to do that, you don't deserve the job. Of course, government, like any other business is such, I have encountered people who, driven by ego, arrogance, and self-aggrandizement, seem to have lost sight of the true foundation of government, as stated in the title of the 1790 Whig tract, Vox Populi, Vox Dei, the voice of the people, the voice of God. To those elected officials, I have some advice. Keep your eyes on the horizon, for there will always be a gathering storm. And when that storm engulfs you, you will learn, as Jay Gatsby did, that the only thing you can do is beat on, boats against the current, through the ceaselessly into the past. And to the citizens of Parkside, thank you for the opportunity to serve our community. Olivia and I have been asked where we're going. Who knows? We are going somewhere, and when we get there, we may journey somewhere else. One of the benefits of facing the future as a blank canvas is that you can paint your own picture of how you want your life to be. It can be said that we have nowhere to go, yet we have everywhere to go. Anyway, the adventure lies not in the destination, but in the journey. In November, registered voters will go to the polls to choose a new mayor. Until that time, it is the duty of Borough Council to appoint someone to that position. I hope that council will remain above the political fray that often breaks out when political seats become open. There is a set procedure allowing the filling of the vacancies in the office of the mayor. I'm sure Mr. Wills will explain how that procedure is carried out. I would respectfully ask council to consider the appointment of Robert Powers Sr. as interim mayor. Mr. Powers has worked closely with the police department and Chief Murray in Mr. Powers' position as fire marshal, emergency management coordinator, and health inspector. Having served on council, Mr. Powers is well aware of the relationship between council and the police department. Mr. Powers is well positioned for the appointment. Now, Madam President, I am formally announcing that I will vacate the position of mayor at 4 p.m. on Tuesday, 31 August. Sincerely yours, Thomas G. Deaton, Mayor of the Borough of Parkside.
And you did it under 10 minutes.
Okay.
I would like to thank the mayor for his many years of dedication as a police officer, firefighter, treasurer to our fire company, council member, and president and mayor. You will be missed. I would accept a motion with regret to accept the resignation.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Any questions on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? So moved. At this time, I will remind council that effective August 31st, I will be serving as an interim mayor until a new interim mayor is appointed. Please be advised that we will accept letters of interest with a resume from any resident that is interested in the position of interim mayor whose term will expire January 3rd, 2022. Qualifications are as follows. Residents in the borough for at least 1 year, be a registered voter, and must not have a felony criminal record. Letters of interest with a resume must be sent to the borough office with a deadline of noon, Wednesday, September 15th, 2021. I will ask Mrs. Higgins to scan all letters of interest with resumes to all council members on September 15th, and council to be ready at the September 22nd council meeting to make recommendations and be prepared to vote for an interim mayor. We will then make arrangements to have that person sworn in that evening. I will also ask that this information be placed on our website and social media. Council members may, of course, take their own personal time to research any prospective candidate for this interim position. Mayor, do you have anything else?
No, thank you.
Moving on, does anybody have any questions concerning agenda items only? Agenda items only. Hearing none, I hope council bears with me. I have again a lengthy report this evening. We will have 2 budget meetings coming up. The first one is Tuesday, September 14th, 6:30 p.m. here at Borough Hall. The second date will be October 12th, again on a Tuesday at 6:30. I would ask Mrs. Higgins to advertise these meetings and also for them to be put on our borough's website. I would like to thank Councilman Capabianco and Officer Pat McEwen for pulling down a tree branch to avoid a potential dangerous situation during a pending storm at the beginning of the month. The woodlot dedication has been set for September 18th, 1 p.m. at the woodlot, and I would ask Councilman Long to look into providing refreshments for that event. I'd like to take a moment to thank junior councilperson Sarah Powers, whose term has ended. Unfortunately, during the last year, because of COVID, she was unable to proceed with some of her projects, and I'm sure we all wish her well in her senior year at Sun Valley. I have been informed that we were not chosen for the Healing the Planet grant through the Giant Corporation. They had more than 230 applications, and I'd like to thank Ms. Catania for all her help with this grant. As many of you know, I've been following what's called the fireworks bill, which is now House Bill 1628. It is currently in the House Local Government Committee. This bill will allow local governments to enact an ordinance to regulate hours in which the fireworks would be permitted. Said violation offense fines of $100 to $500 for the first offense, and subsequent offenses would be as much as $500 to $1,000. And I'll continue to watch this bill as it proceeds. As council will note this evening, we will pass our MMO plan for the police pension. We budgeted $55,134. This obligation is $118,160, which is more than double than what we projected. Council will also be reminded that many of our various insurance policies were renewed at the beginning of the month. I will encourage limited spending again, as we're in the last quarter. Revenue will slow down to a stop. The budget in this category is now short $63,026. The Edgemont Avenue streetlight improvements has started, and that was from our CDBG grant from last year, and we're all excited to see that start. I have received information from Delaware Valley Regional Planning Commission concerning the design, procurement, and finance of regional streetlight replacement programs for LED streetlights. Please note the word finance. Many of the larger communities in our area, such as Aston, Brookhaven, City of Chester, Eddystone, and many other communities have participated. Researching this information, I would like to point out there is a fee of 8% which does not include engineering, surveys, legal issues, field audits, design, or other expenses. This also does not include any street lights, poles that need to be added, conduits, wiring, light heads. This is not a free program. As far as financing this program, it has been pointed out numerous times that we have 2 outstanding loans, and we can only stretch that taxpayers' dollars so far. It has also been pointed out numerous times over the last 20 months. Motions have failed to be carried. The issue was tabled indefinitely May 27, 2020. This subject was once again brought up May 26, 2021, in which I asked Mr. Sidlow to look for free or non-matching grants. We have numerous other financial issues to deal with in conjunction to the budget, such as our MMO that will pass this evening, the sinkholes on Edgemont Avenue, and we are short an enormous amount of money for that project, major insurance program premiums that have been paid, and let's not forget the police heater and air conditioner. I would once again ask Mr. Sidlow, who I do not believe has followed up on this issue, to look for free money or non-matching grants for any type of upgrades to our street lights so that we can finally put this issue to rest. Any questions so far?
Yes, I would like to speak on the Regional Streetlight Procurement Program, please.
Sure.
Okay, so, the Delaware Valley Regional Planning Commission. This is a organization that helps 9 counties in Pennsylvania and New Jersey make planning decisions, make good decisions, make sustainable decisions, make big picture decisions. In 2015 and 2018 and now in 2021, they have run a regional streetlight procurement program. Basically what they do is they get a bunch of different municipalities who want to replace their streetlights, and they bulk purchase those fixtures, and they bulk purchase the electrical contractor to put them in, and they also bulk purchase an engineer to do the engineering and the design. Okay? It is the most affordable way to get new streetlights. Now, in the 1 week that we had between the budget meeting for the money we received from the government until the week it was then taken away, I had done some investigation in the streetlights. I spoke with Lenai Electric, and they provided me with a map of all the streetlights. And this map, and in addition, a spreadsheet, which I did not print out, but that they provided to me, showed me all the streetlights in the borough. There's a little sticky on the right-hand side. There are 114 streetlights in the borough, 9 of which are LED. The rest are all high-pressure sodium lights. They were installed in 2002. That makes them 19 years old, which is beyond the expected lifespan of a light bulb. High-pressure sodium light bulbs gradually fade. We don't even realize how bad the street lighting is in our community because we have gotten used to poor street lighting in this community. Okay, so the other thing that I learned when I was researching before I had to stop researching street lights is I received a quote from Lenai Electric to Parkside Borough for 11 street lights, and the key takeaway in that letter was, I really think you should talk to your borough engineer about your desire for LED streetlights. She is versed in the CoSTARS program, which is the program for bulk purchasing, and the avenues to fund improvements. These prices are not indicative of costs of a larger project. Purchasing power changes when you are buying for the entire borough, or when 15 municipalities in the Delaware Valley are buying in bulk. This is absolutely 100% the best way for us to purchase streetlights, an investment that is going to need to be made. Okay, we can't continue to use these streetlights. Plus, we will save about $10,000 a year. So I would like to make a motion that I'm not even saying we request to be in the streetlight procurement program yet. I just want to do a free feasibility study. Free. That's your favorite price, Mrs. Percival.
You bet.
Okay? And We will provide utility bills, and we will provide this map and any information we know about the streetlights to the Regional Planning Commission, and they will provide a free estimate of how much money we could save a year and how much it would cost to install streetlights if we went forward. If we like the price then we could choose to have engineering work done, about $40 a light, and then we could choose if we want to move forward with construction. There are multiple steps along the way where we have the choice of go or no go.
Mr. Sidlow, let me mention that I have the contract in front of me.
The Regional Planning Commission contract?
Yes,
Okay.
in speaking with their representative. Let me point out, there is nothing free, okay? And it states that.
Right, but we don't have-
Don't, please. We have tabled this, and in case you missed the date, this was tabled
We have never
indefinitely,
discussed the Regional Planning Commission
May
streetlight.
27th, 20th. It was brought up again May 26th of this year, in which we tabled going any further.
No, we did
And-
not vote on
and
anything.
I
I
am-
brought up
I'm
for
sorry, but-
for discussion, we did not vote on anything. That's, I said
Are
at
you-
that time
are
that
you-
I would bring it up later. You're cutting me off, so I'm gonna cut you back, right back.
Oh, you're such a gentleman. Let me again mention to you that we are now $63,026 in the hole.
Okay,
because
you
of
can
our
throw out
annual-
large numbers. Look, this is a decision that we will make next year. All I want is for
Mr.
us to.
Sidlow, the next year you deal with it. Thank you so
All
much.
right, well, I expect that to be the case.
Thank you.
Okay, so I would like to make a motion that we have a feasibility study done by the Delaware Valley Regional Planning Commission to determine what it would cost and how much we could save if we were to invest in streetlights in this community.
I'll second.
Can I ask a question before we go any further?
Questions on the motion?
Question on the motion, yes. You talked about the life expectancy is 19 years for a bulb. But yet, last month, you contradicted that the air conditioning unit in the police department, at 20 years old, it can still go on. I don't understand why you're good for a light bulb for 19, but you're not good for an air conditioner that's 20-some years old.
Except the air conditioning in the police station was defined by the Borough Council President or by the engineer as 2 years old at the last meeting, so that is not an accurate statement.
Is that true?
What I said was
No,
that
no,
the
please.
unit itself was 19 years old. However, there was a coil replacement done 2 years ago.
Okay,
Correct.
so it's just a coil that was
That's
replaced 2
correct.
years?
Not the
unit.
motherboard, nothing else.
So that, my question is still, why is the you're okay with the life expectancy of
Different.
19 years old?
Different items have different life expectancies.
Oh, okay, depending on what you want. And I don't understand, as President Percival said, that we are in the hole for $60-some thousand.
I'm not asking to
Well, I'm
allocate
just saying.
$1 right now. I'm not asking
Mr.
to allocate
Sidlow, will you
$1.
please let the
I'm just
council member
asking, the
ask a
question is
question on
that-
the motion?
I'm confused that you're confused with the money because we're gonna have to come up with $200-some thousand to fix a street. And we only have $120,000 that we got from the government, which we now have to come up with $80,000. We've already received multiple, I believe Mrs. Higgins says, multiple phone calls from residents about the sinkhole on Edgemont Avenue. PennDOT has called, want to know when we are going to start this project. And otherwise, they're going to shut the road down, which now means 18-wheelers and buses are going to be going through West Forest View, West Elbon, East Chelton, all these streets if it's shut down. I think we need to take care of the street before we take care of the light bulb. That light bulbs are still going to be shining now, 25 years, 30 years, but the road has to be fixed now. I just think, I understand what you're coming from for lights. Yes, I'm all saving for money. But I think we need to look at the bigger picture here, that we have a sinkhole on Edgemont Avenue that's going to affect every resident in this town. Probably even would come next year with taxes, so that we're going to have to raise taxes next year to cover all this. So
Okay,
that also
well-
means we're going to raise taxes for the 19-year-old light bulbs.
Well, if that's what it takes to improve the infrastructure of the community, then that's what we have to do.
Well,
Like,
I'm sure the
hey,
taxpayers, and I'm one of them, as everybody is on this board, is absolutely thrilled to know that if it takes us paying more taxes for a light bulb, then you think that's worthy.
No, it's for infrastructure. He just described.
Does
he
anybody
just
else
described
have
infrastructure.
any other questions on the
He described the
motion?
infrastructure in this community.
I understand
And
infrastructure.
that
understand
has
all
to
that.
do with the
Does-
with
You
the
have to look
wastewater
at the
system,
roots
has to do
and
with
the
the light
structure.
street lights. We have to invest in the infrastructure.
Does anybody
Yes.
else have any questions on the motion?
Yes, quick question.
Please.
The feasibility study, just to be clear, is there a cost or is there not a cost? I'm trying to understand because I'm getting two different answers from both people.
No cost feasibility study. It's the first line.
Any other questions on the motion? Mrs. Higgins, would you do a roll call vote, please?
So this is free, just a real
I'm
quick.
sorry, Mrs.
The feasibility study is free. No
Yeah,
cost.
if you look at the page I passed out, the first line on the back page says, no cost feasibility study showing estimated savings, project costs, rebates, and financial payback.
Would you please do a roll call vote, please? I'm sorry,
Councilwoman
I'm
Guy?
sorry.
I'm sorry.
I just have one more question on the
Councilman
free-
Long.
The free, whatever you call it.
Feasibility study.
You're saying that it's free with, what's it say? I'm sorry, I don't.
There's no width. It's phase one deliverables, no cost feasibility study.
And would you like to address, Mr. Sidler, the 8% that in their contract that says there's a 5% project development contract cost, which means if they develop the program, we pay 5%? Or would you like to address
Well, that seems-
would you like to address the 3% of the construction contract cost that will be billed to us